just want to win. There's a lot of teams that, want to win, and I'm just looking for teams that, have made that decision consistently. I just want to win a championship. It's not money. It's not this. It's not that. I just want to win. I've thrown for the yards. I have the records. I've done the Pro Bowls. But as you guys have known me, it's not at all why I do it. I want to win a championship.
Derek Carr has taken a shot at the Raiders during the Pro Bowl precision passing competition. After completely dominating the passing competition and scoring more points than anyone else, Derek Carr was interviewed afterwards and had an interesting joke. He was asked if he had ever been that hot in Las Vegas before.
You've thrown touchdown passes in Vegas before. You've been on fire. Have you ever been that hot in Las Vegas?
Not that hot. It's probably why I'm going somewhere else.
And it was very crazy that he said, probably why I'm going somewhere else, clearly making a joke, clearly not happy with how things went down with the Raiders. And the best part about this was not only the joke, but the menacing stare he gave afterwards. This dude is pissed off and determined to show the Raiders that they made a huge mistake. And we all know this is a joke, him saying that's probably why I'm going somewhere else because I've never been that hot in Vegas. Clearly a joke, as you see Austin Carr reacting to it, laughing, along with his brother David Carr. And not only did David Carr laugh at this joke by Derek, but also gave a response to a question, which was, hey, is there any shot that Derek Carr and the Raiders try to make amends, try to make this work out, especially given the fact that Tom Brady has now retired? And David Carr responds and says no. Clearly, the bridge has been burned. And it was not only this joke, but Derek Carr's mood and tone, you could tell this was personal for him. He's trying to make a huge statement. Robert Griffin here on Twitter talking about how Derek Carr was on fire, and it was personal for him. And you have his brother Darren Carr reacting to this, quoting him saying, probably why I'm going somewhere else. Derek Carr was also asked if there's anything he wants to say about his exit with the Raiders that has not been said yet.
Is there something that you would want to share about, from your perspective, how it all went down?
I mean, I think there's a time and a place for it, and I'm grateful for everyone that reached out that wanted to give me the platform to share my side. I just don't feel like I should.
So Derek Carr is obviously implying that there are things that he could say. He talks about people inviting him on platforms to share his side. He talks about how it's a possibility for him to speak his mind about what really happened, but instead he is opting out. He is opting out and choosing to just love everyone and take the high road. And he even said, as a human, you want to make everything right, meaning that there's a narrative out there that is not right, not correct, and he has this impetus to want to correct that narrative.
There's things that obviously, the hardest part about being human is that you want to share and you want to make everything right and all that kind of stuff, but it's not going to fix anything. I'll just let it be what it is, and I'll just keep loving people.
But he said it's not going to fix anything. So if he goes out there and starts blabbering and saying negative things about the Raiders or Josh McDaniels, bringing some more details as to what happened in that building, that's really just going to hurt his stock as a free agent. You saw that happen with Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield said that he was disrespected by the Browns after they made him play injured, saying they were going to commit to him, but then instead went on to go trade for Deshaun Watson. And Baker Mayfield was upset last offseason and spoke out about it, and it kind of hurt his stock as a free agent quarterback. So Derek Carr obviously does not want to hurt his value and wants to be a leader and take the high road. That's the best decision as he enters free agency right now as the top quarterback in free agency, in my opinion, because now that Tom Brady has retired, there's really nobody else available on the list who's as talented as Derek Carr in free agency. Lamar Jackson will likely be franchise tagged. Yes, Rodgers could be traded somewhere, maybe the Jets with Nathaniel Hackett or the Raiders with Devontae Adams, but who knows, maybe Rodgers is just trolling and gonna end up in Green Bay anyway. So Derek Carr is ready to be that number one guy in free agency, and you saw Kyle Brandt hype him up, talking about his attitude in the precision passing competition in the Pro Bowl so far.
He's got biceps, he's got abs. It looks like Derek Carr has been doing nothing but work out since he stopped playing for the Raiders. Looked incredible.
You had him here hanging out with no Raiders gear, only NFL logos, no logos of any team, unlike these other players. So he's definitely moving on from the Raiders hardcore, but he's still hanging out with former teammates. You saw him talking with Max Crosby and AJ Cole there. He obviously said what's up to Devontae Adams after he did that precision passing competition and looked really, really good. And we had some other characters at the Pro Bowl, and that is Mark Davis, the guy getting rid of Derek Carr and Roger Goodell. Wow, isn't that just a great dynamic duo, Mark Davis and Goodell? But today at the Pro Bowl was yet another example of Derek Carr opting out and saying he's not going to say anything, but clearly implying that there is a problem there. There is something that he can say, and his exit with the Raiders is clearly not on friendly terms, or else he would be wearing a Raiders logo. Derek Carr tweeted January 21st talking to the fans after his exit, and it clearly shows that there's more to the story and something going on with him and the Raiders. He says it's the hardest thing in the world not to jump on every interview and tell the whole truth. So there is a whole truth out there that is not being told yet. Keep in mind, when John Gruden was forced to resign by the Raiders, Derek Carr, when he spoke out about it, said that there will be a time and place where he can talk about how he feels about it, but right now he has to get to work. And so we know, based on David Carr's comments, that there will be a time when they can reflect on this moment and talk about what really happened. But for now, Derek Carr will have to go to a new team. Perhaps it's the Jets, the Buccaneers, the Commanders, who really knows? But there are going to be a ton of teams out there who want Derek Carr, and even Dave Ziegler has acknowledged this, saying that Derek Carr is going to have a lot of interest.
There's going to be people interested in Derek Carr. There's no doubt about that. You know, he's a good football player in this league for quite some time, and like I said, he's a phenomenal human being.
And maybe Dave Ziegler is trying to save face now and play nice with Carr, so he's down for a trade. But based on what David Carr has been saying lately, seems like it might be game over for the Raiders and Ziegler on trading this guy. Either way, we will keep you up to date with everything happening with the Raiders. Make sure to like this video if you have not yet, and subscribe to this channel for more Raiders content. My name is WiFiWillie. Peace out, and I hope you have a good one.